Hi, I'm back again. My camera had too much stuff in it, and I had to go erase some of it, so it just shut off. But so in the last one, which was called herbs for nightmare diabetics, I went through some of the herbs that help bring the sugar down, of which they are cinnamon, bitter melon, and garlic, and in this video we're gonna go over the herbs that help other problems diabetics like me have, and uh, basically I exercise every single day. My diabetes is very bad. It is out of control, and I am on two kinds of insulin and a lot of medications too. So that's a must for me. So I do a half hour of the mill, and then I do a half hour of bike in the gym, and I do about a half hour of weightlifting, that's really good because weightlifting it works on the body because the body will rob the other parts of your body, like your belly, for fat, and will replace the torn ligaments in the muscles, because when you lift weights, the body needs to repair the muscles all the time. So it helps to bring the weight down to kind of tone the whole body. That's a very valuable way of exercising, and I know that I cannot give up the gym because I'll get sicker and sicker. Medications, they work to some extent, but basically I have to burn the calories off. Another way of bringing the sugar down would be juicing. I do V8, but tomato juice or mixed with celery juice is great, and reduces sugar. But I had problem because I was doing too much juicing, and my sugar would drop a lot, and then I would get hypoglycemia. And my doctor, she didn't like too much, so I stopped doing as much juicing. But I still want to do more juicing and go back to it. But I'm not going to be so radical with it because it can get out of hand. Getting hypoglycemia is also another, it could damage your heart, so that's another issue. The other one that really helps me, because I have anemia too, I take an herb, it's called cumin or zira, as the Pakistani, the Iranians and Indians call this cumin zira. I take it in the powder form. I drink it or put it in the soup or in anything, and it helps with the iron deficiency, and also with the other problems I have, like low iron. I take tons of vitamin B's, B50, tons of. I buy vitamin C as a powder form, and I drink it with tea, or I mix it with tea. So diabetics should take a lot of vitamin C and tons of B vitamins. Anyhow, this video's title, even though it's herbs for diabetic depression, but there is still one other area that I want to hit on, and it's kind of important because I'm not dead, and I still would like to have some kind of social life, some kind of love life with women. The herbs that I take to deal with my erectile dysfunction, which is also a side effect of diabetes, and also I'm older. Older men, they get this problem. So I do buy supplements that either or I take pill that's Cialis, which is the Viagra for diabetics, or testosterone supplements to boost my testosterone, or I use 4 different herbs, and I have all 4 of them as powder form. I get it, and they are always very good quality. I buy this straight on eBay from farmers, and they usually all have very high ratings. So the first one is Tribolus or puncture wine, which is in powder form. The second one, I buy this one in powder form, but you can get it as the leaves. It's called horny goat weed, and I got it in powder form. Third one is yohimbe bark tree powder, or yohimbe, and many herbalists, they know this, and it sells on the eBay very cheaply, like $4 or $5 an ounce. And I get that on the powder form. And the fourth one is Tonkat Ali, Tong, and then space Ali, Ali. So this is also a powder form. I buy it off of eBay. I take these in a very not a whole lot, like a pinch. I put it in the soup or in the tea. I usually drink my tea with tons of Splenda or sweetener, so there is no really aftertaste. Or maybe my nerves are mostly dead, so well, I have some taste buds. Okay, so it's alright. I take those 4 herbs. They help with erectile dysfunction, and if I want boost, I will take a Cialis pill. But the good thing about these herbs, they're not very radical, and you should take them gradually every day. It gradually elevates those right hormones and all that in the body to make it right. So that's deal with the erectile dysfunction. And then the other problem is that like older gentlemen like me, I want to attract younger women. This is important. So there are very few things that can act as true aphrodisiac, which attract women, and there's only a couple of chemicals that act as pheromones, which attract women. And basically, I have to look up the name of this one chemical, but when you crush celery in a blender, when the blender hits the cells of celery, the vegetable, it breaks the cell wall basically, and releases a certain chemical that's inside the cells. And I drink celery juice, or I use the blender to crush it up, and this chemical has the quality, it's a pheromone, that when the women, they smell this chemical, okay, the women body is always unconsciously looking for a man with a lot of semen, a lot of so it makes you, an older gentleman like me, makes me smell like a young criminal with tons of semen. Okay, this is what the female body looks for. That's what she's attracted to. She's attracted to this. In fact, I read somewhere that women, when they look at a guy in the eye, their body or their psyche, I don't know if they're conscious of it, it can estimate how much semen that the guy had or how much testosterone he has. So this is like a nature's trick, and mammalians have this going on. In the insect world, there's also the insects secrete pheromones, attracts women. The other form of natural pheromone is if you don't take shower, your underarm, your sweat secretes your own natural pheromone. It attracts women. Like when I don't take shower and was working in Laguna Beach, I would always get lucky too. I just always wondered, hey, how come I get lucky in the days that I'm feeling so grungy? I haven't taken shower. I probably smell like shit, but hey, the women they're attracted to it. But that's one form of getting this chemical without smelling like crap by drinking this celery juice or having some of it around, let's get out of this topic. It's a little bit off the wall, and I want to deal with the last part of this video with diabetic depression. And the human brain secretes a chemical. Okay, it's called endorphins. It's just like the cousin of morphine, or whatever that hashish does. And then there are, even though it's very unbelievable, but it's true. There are herbs that trick the body. Actually, the chemicals, they bypass blood barrier, and they trick the brain into secreting endorphins without taking, without sniffing coke or smoking hashish. Okay, there's very few herbs that can do this, and I know a couple of them. I haven't known them for a very long time because I'm naturally a very upbeat person, and I never paid much attention to it. But hey, my research has brought me here, and one of them is called Mucuna, preeminent, something like that, Mucuna, and I buy it as like a powder form, an ounce. And it's also called velvet bean, and it's in the powder form. I drink it with tea, just like cinnamon. It tricks the brain into secreting happiness chemicals. Then another one that I'm recently discovered and buying, it's not illegal. It's legal herb. You can buy it, and it comes out of Africa. It's called Canna. Bought it in the powder form. I'm waiting to get it. And this one also tricks the brain into secreting happiness chemicals. Okay, so this is very nice. And then there is a very old one, and many people know this herb, but they use it for a different reason, for colds and stuff. But they have done studies, and they found out that it works just as good as taking antidepressant. And this one I also bought in the powder form off of eBay from a farmer. About an ounce of St. John's wort. I drink it with tea. It tricks the brain into feeling contentment or serotonin or whatever it needs to get over this feeling of depression, if it comes in for me at all. But hey, another way of dealing with depression chemically is take, and many diabetics they do this, they take tons of vitamin C, because vitamin C it enters into many chain reactions that go on in the body, as many as 350 different chain reactions or chains that build up different proteins or stuff or processes. When the body is missing vitamin C, which the diabetic body uses more than other kinds of people, it leads to some form of deficiency or depression. The body knows something is missing or wrong, then the last problem that as a diabetic I've had is not having energy, because when the sugar level goes up you feel fatigued, but then you have to use insulin to bring it down. But then the general feeling of not having energy or being fatigued or falling asleep. I use two herbs. One is I buy a powder, is ginseng, and the other one is Genostoma. It has a Chinese name. I don't know how to pronounce the Chinese one. Genostoma is twice as potent as ginseng. So, and it's both are very very cheap. I bought both of them like $5 or $6 off of the farmer on eBay. And Genostoma is much more potent. I drink that one with tea. I make myself tonics, and these are great herbs. I use other herbs, but they are not related to diabetes. Let me now forget that because of diabetes, I also have trouble shitting or going bowel movement, and you must take laxatives or I take over-the-counter medication, and the doctor has the pharmacist charge it to my insurance. Is called I forget. It's some kind of sodium salt that makes you go. There are a lot of herbs that do the same. They're not anything special, and there are many teas that they sell herbal teas that make you go. But you have to do this too. So basically there are several areas. One is this erectile dysfunction. You have to take certain herbs. Then depression, and then the bowel movement, and then they have to take certain herbs to bring the sugar down. And then if you have the anemia like me, you have to take cumin. The last problem that I have, and this is, I don't know if it's from diabetes or it's because of I'm getting older, is the beginnings of incontinence or the desire to go to bathroom and pee all the time. And I take an herb. My mother sent this herb to me. It's called gazane in Persian, but the English name is stinging nettle. Okay, the stinging nettle helps shrink the prostate and also stops incontinence. You don't have to go to the bathroom all the time. I can hold it in longer. But when I do go, and then I don't have to go for a few hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, it gives me a little peace, a little time to do something else besides going to the bathroom. Alright, so I think I have a very nice wealth of information about herbs that help diabetics. But you shouldn't stop taking any of your medication or any of the vitamins that you normally take, or iron supplements or zinc supplements. You are not healthy, and you should not think that you are healthy. You do need help. Your body does need help, and it's totally legitimate and fine to use herbs or medication to trick the body to do what you want it to do, because it's not healthy to begin with. Okay, so thank you, and please subscribe. You have a great day.